Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent meditation.
Greetings, Pine-Richland. I'm Sam, and today is November 30th, 2023. It's an A-Day.
And I'm Allie. Now for today's announcements. Activity period. Today we will be following an activity period bell schedule. At 7:40, an email will be sent out to all students asking them to complete an optional survey. The students' email will not be collected. Students, please complete the survey before the activity period ends. After the morning announcements, stay tuned to watch the 8th episode of PRTV Club show Ramtastic. To close out the activity period today, we will show a replay of the home varsity football playoff game against Bethel Park, which aired live on November 3rd, 2023. Recycling. Today during the activity period, the Environmental Club will be coming around to collect recyclables. Teachers, please put out your bins. Senior quotes. Attention seniors, your senior quote is due tomorrow. An email was sent to you from Mrs. Harshman with all the instructions. Ski and Board Club. Registration is live for interested students on Google Classroom. Use the code at the bottom of your screen to join. Any student that has completed the online registration may bring the payment to either room 203 or 415. Fact of the day. Now let's check in with Sam for the fact of the day.
Hello, I'm here with your fact of the day with Sam Cherry. Today, did you know that this elevator is brand new? It went into service on Thursday. Back to the front desk.
That was an amazing fact. The best fact of the year, I think.
Food drive. The field hockey team is sponsoring a food drive for the 3rd annual Whipple Food Drive in support of the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to make a donation. Math Club. Problem of the Month is a monthly math competition posted by the Math Club. All students can participate by solving the problem on the posters located around the school building. Students can submit their answers by scanning the QR code. The winner earns a $5 Sheetz gift card, a certificate, and it will be recognized in our next poster in PRTV. Submit your answers now to become our next winner. Key Club. Attention students and staff, the Key Club is having a sock drive. Please bring a warm pair of new socks, gloves, or a hat or a scarf. Donations can be accepted through tomorrow. Items can be dropped off at the high school library or room 11. Thanks for your generosity. Feature. Let's go to Allie for today's feature.
Hello, I'm Allie today with your feature. What's your name?
I'm Josh.
What grade are you in?
I'm a 12th grader.
What was your favorite thing you ate on Thanksgiving?
Stuffing.
That was amazing. Okay.
Allie, you must be laughing because that was hilarious.
That was an interesting feature.
Keep going.
Seniors, a link was sent out to order your cap, gown, and tassel for graduation. The price will increase beginning of tomorrow. Don't pay more or let supply chain issues delay your order. Get ready for June now. Yearbook. The price to purchase a yearbook is $65 and it ends today. The price increases to $70 starting tomorrow and lasts through December 31st. The final price increase to $75 happens January 1st, 2024. To use a credit card, debit card, or PayPal, go to the address at the bottom of your screen and enter our school name. PRTV Club. The next meeting for the PRTV Club will be held Tuesday, December 5th after school in room 328. Items on the agenda will be production of Ramtastic and updating the club's video for the district website. Any student interested in joining the club should join the club's Google Classroom at the classroom code at the bottom of your screen. You do not have to be enrolled in a video class to join.
Theme Day Thursday. Not sure what Theme Day Thursday is. 2 Thursdays each month, staff and students are encouraged to dress up in the day's theme. The next Theme Day Thursday will take place December 7th with the theme blue and white to mark the first day of Hanukkah. Ramtastic. Extension students. Mr. Kaler will be sending an email this morning asking you to complete the fun poll. The results from last week's fun poll from November 18th will be revealed, as well as the new poll in today's episode of Ramtastic, which is coming up after the announcements. Guidance news. The following colleges scholarships, contests, and workshops are now available. Stop in the guidance office or check out Naviance under Colleges tab, Scholarship Lists.
Now let's go to Sam for our PRTV Sports Report.
Hello, Pine-Richland Powerpuff. The game will be played tonight at PR Stadium from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. IBL, are you interested in joining 3v3 intramural basketball? The season's about to start. See Mr. Cyber or Mr. Duggar or ask to sign up or ask questions. You can scan the QR code down at the bottom of your screen to register your team. Boys basketball. The 9th grade boys basketball team is looking for 2 statisticians for both home and away games. If you are interested, you can contact Mr. Reisinger at his email address found at the bottom of your screen. Swimming and diving. The PRHS swim and dive team will be having a dine-out night at Stacked and Wexford tonight. Mention PRHS swim team and a percentage of the sales will be going towards them. Ice hockey. Tonight the varsity team will be at Central. The puck drops at 9 p.m. at the Alpha Ice Complex. Back to the front desk, and I'm going to go bye-bye. Not a lot of sports today, but good luck to Powerpuff.
Roll Rams. Now let's go to Sam for lunch.
Hello, Pine-Richland. Today we have perfect bologna or cheese-filled breakfast, corn dogs, teriyaki chicken sub, fiesta salad, fresh toast with eggs, and sausage. Back to the front desk. Good lunch today, but I wonder where that lunch report took place.
That was a secret location.
Let's go to Allie for weather.
Hello, I'm Allie with your weather. Today we have a high of 47, a low of 27. Tomorrow we have a high of 47 again and a low of 37. That's a lot of sevens. Now to the 5-day weather forecast. Back to the desk.
Man, did you see a lot of suns?
A lot of sun and a lot of sevens. That's all for today. It's an A day and I'm Allie.
And I'm Sam. Coming up is the next episode of Ramtastic and the PR live football game against Bethel Park. Bye, Pine-Richland.
Welcome to the 8th edition of our show for the year, Ramtastic. In today's show, we will have current events from the greater Pine-Richland area, a fantastic fun fact, and at the end, we will ask you how much you know about Ramtastic. Local news: $1 million lottery ticket sold at Allegheny County convenience store. A lottery ticket was sold in Braddock Hills which a lucky winner won the $1 million off a $20 scratch off. The Braddock Hills Mini Mart earned $5,000 bonus for selling the ticket. Pittsburgh Holiday Market opened downtown. The 12th annual Holiday Market in Market Square, downtown Pittsburgh, is open. Local vendors are open selling holiday-themed goods for you to check out. Local sports. The Pittsburgh Steelers faced away against the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, November 26th. They won 16-10 and maintained their second-place spot in the AFC North with a standing of 7 wins and 4 losses, still tied with the Browns. They next play at home against the Arizona Cardinals. The Pittsburgh Penguins won against the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 on Saturday, November 25th. They will play the Nashville Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning next. Now let's go to Giovanni for the fun fact.
Did you know the first candy canes were made without stripes? These candy confections were made originally from 1670 in Cologne, Germany, and the stripes were added in the 1800s. What do you get if you cross a snowman and a candy cane? Frosting. And now back to the main desk.
That didn't make sense. It didn't. Now let's take a look at the fun poll.
Hi, I'm Allie with the fun poll. Before I reveal this week's poll, let's take a look at last week's poll results. We sent out a poll on November 16th with the question, what is your favorite part about Thanksgiving? Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, being with friends and family, Thanksgiving dinner, or Thanksgiving Day football? With 161 responses, the winner of this week's poll is Thanksgiving dinner. Thanks to everyone who answered the fun poll. This week's question is, how many episodes of Ramtastic are there? 7, 8, 9, or 10? Stay tuned soon for the next poll results. And now back to the main desk.
That's all for today. Hope you all enjoyed today's show. Make sure to tune in next week for the latest edition of Ramtastic.
Start off this game, Grant Argero, the kicker for Pine-Richland, boots this one away. And that's going to be caught in the end zone by Ryan Petrus. And Bethel Park will start at the 20-yard line.
You've got a little bit of extracurricular activity already between number 32 for the Rams, Randall Bergia, and number 42, Nathan Wiggin for the Rams. Very interesting to see how that might progress as the game goes on. I know Nathan Wiggin played in senior night a couple times, almost had an interception, but it's interesting seeing him special teams. Maybe he'll play some more this game.
Here come the Blackhawks as it's going to be play action on first down, going deep down the field, looking for Ryan Petrus, no good. And that was number 4, Tanner Pfeffer at quarterback, unable to connect.
That was just a good read there by Pfeffer, but he wasn't able to haul it in there. Ryan Petrus, I believe that was, who wasn't able to catch that, haul it in because he was just turned around the opposite way and had to turn around. By that point, it was underthrown. That was a good blitz by Pine-Richland's defensive line, getting it out really quickly.
As it's going to be handoff to Petrus, and he's going to gain about 4 on the play. And already we're seeing Ryan Petrus being a focal point of this offense. He's out there on kick return, and now has gotten both chances on the first 2 plays of this game.
Yeah, he's listed on here as an athlete and a defensive back, so that kind of shows how much of an impact he has in this Bethel Park football team. He's just kind of going to be all around. So we got a interesting formation here.
Third and manageable. A lot of guys in the backfield for Bethel Park, as it's going to be another handoff to Petrus, and he's going to be just about a yard short of the first down. So already a big decision coming up for Bethel Park.
I think at this point you just take it 3 and out because it's 4th and 2, but you're not really in a position where you benefit from not converting. You're inside your own territory, but it looks like they might go for it, which is an interesting decision. I think if they're just going to hand it off to Petrus, that might be a good way of doing it, or do the play fake like that and try to throw it to the outside.
Offense is staying on the field. Petrus moving to the wide side.
Could do a QB sneak around the outside after a handoff fake to Petrus. They're stacking the tackle box though. Pine-Richland 6 on the offensive line.
Pfeffer with a hard count trying to draw these Pine-Richland Rams off sides, and there is a penalty.
Delay of game, it looks like.
So that's going to move them back 5 yards, and you got to assume that
Going
Bethel
for
Park's. Yep, here comes Bethel Park's special teams unit.
Yep, there it is. And then you got Tanner Cunningham already in the backfield looking for that punt. Not sure who Bethel Park's punter is. I think I remember seeing
That's Tanner Pfeffer.
Yeah. They don't really have a kicker either, so it'll be interesting to see how the special teams affects this game, because some of these punts can be very influential in terms of the game.
Pfeffer with a nice booming punt down the field, and it's going to be a fair catch by Tanner Cunningham right at the 40-yard line. So Pine-Richland will start at their own 40-yard line after a slow drive by Bethel Park. Not really able to get much going.
And I think that was a successful drive for Pine-Richland. They were able to hold them to a couple yards there. Bethel Park was able to make some success on the run game, but they were able to hold them to a 3 and out. And it's a good starting position for them, as it looks like we're going to get some more of the Ethan Pillar quarterback show.
Pine-Richland already coming out in their jumbo package. Hunter Petzik, usually the defensive end, coming out to play tight end. That's Tanner Cunningham in motion, moving to the bottom of your screen. As it's going to be Ethan Pillar alone in the backfield. He's going to take it himself, left side. Nice block by Ryan Corey as Ethan Pillar's got the outside, and he's pushed out of bounds right around the 40-yard line. That's going to be a 25-yard gain. We'll call it 20 yards, as Pine-Richland already moving the ball well. Ryan Corey with an incredible block on that left side to open that hole for Ethan Pillar.
As well as Tanner Cunningham, who was able to block a couple people on the bottom of that hole that was made by Ryan Corey, being able to make some positive yards. And that's what Ethan Pillar has been very good at, is being able to find some holes and just kind of plow through some of these defensive players, because he's not as fast, but he is much just more of like a bulldozer, just being able to make positive yards by just running the ball with his legs.
It's 22 yards from Ethan Pillar as he's going to take it and look to pass. The left-handed Ethan Pillar looking down the field and in and out of the hands of Tanner Cunningham. Cunningham looking for a penalty, nothing going for him.
It looked like there was some grabbing there, but that was interesting. I think Coach John Ladon has kind of turned Ethan Pillar into a quarterback type, because this is the first time we've seen Ethan Pillar try to throw a pass. It wasn't necessarily a tight spiral, but it was still pretty accurate, especially for a 30-yard pass on that one?
Yeah, looking to catch the Blackhawks off guard, as once again it's going to be Pillar in the backfield. Mac Miller into the game to his left. Two men in motion for Pine-Richland.
Catching us off guard too.
As it's going to be Pillar, once again the power down the left side, bulldozing, getting about 5 or 6 on second down, as that'll bring up third and manageable here for Pine-Richland, just outside their 30-yard line.
I think we're not going to see much of that play, not the previous one, but the one where Pillar is going to throw the ball downfield, especially because you have two quarterbacks in Kenan Huffman and Ubi Strader. I think that one was just kind of a trick play to try to see how the corners for Bethel Park are. But it was a pretty solid throw for someone who's usually just a core running back from Ethan Pillar.
Pillar once again looking to his sideline. Sermonera, the tight end, to Pillar's right. Mac Miller, the fullback. And it's going to be Ethan Pillar once again up the middle, fighting for all the yards he can get. And he's going to be right at the first down marker.
Looks like they're going to mark him.
And they're going to give it to him. New set of downs for Pine-Richland as they're inside the 30-yard line. Ethan Pillar already putting this offense on his back, moving it down the field.
This is an effective ground game for Pine-Richland. They're just able to make 5 yards on each individual play, make it to second down, and then just convert for the first down. Been effective so far, and they're doing it again this game.
Ethan Pillar already over 30 yards on the night. As once again he's taking it himself down the left side, lowering his shoulder, pushing forward, and getting about 5 on first down.
That was interesting because it looked like Ethan had a play fake there. It was almost like a pitch fake to the right side there, and then the entire offensive line moved to his left, and then he followed behind them. I don't think I've seen that before, so I think we're going to see a bunch of different plays from Ethan Pillar. This could be just like a test run just to see kind of plays he can do.
Pillar once again takes it himself, knifing his way through the offensive line as he's going to fight forward and get first down yardage as Pine-Richland makes their way into the red zone with a new set of downs.
I like what Pillar did there, was he was able to wait a couple of seconds and wait for that hole to get through, so he was able to make a more effective run, because if he just run right through, he probably wouldn't have gotten as many yards as he did. So sometimes we're going to see maybe some patience from Ethan Pillar, because he's usually just gotten the ball and then just run. That time he waited about a second or two, I like that from him.
Pillar again with the direct snap. This time he hands it off to Mac Miller, who scurries his way to the outside, makes a man miss, and gets it up about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line, where they'll mark him right at the 10, gain of 6 on first down.
I like that one from a play call standpoint, because Mac Miller is a little bit smaller than Ethan Pillar. He is 5'8", he's listed at 5'8", 188 pounds, versus Ethan Pillar, which is 5'11", 205. So he's a little bit more smaller, but still has that tough, bigger build that you can see from someone like Ethan Pillar.
It's going to be Mac Miller again, trying to get to the edge. Stiff arms a man, moves his way up to the 6-yard line. And they're going to be, looks just short of a first down.
This has been a pretty effective drive for Pine-Richland so far. They hadn't had any no gain plays or negative yards since that first pass play. And it's been all positive yards so far. But they've been doing it in ways that we haven't seen before. Different kind of setups, different motions from different plays. So I think they're trying to confuse this Bethel Park offense or defense. They've been able to do that so far.
Pine-Richland elite in these short yardage situations. Ethan Pillar once again going to take the snap as he's going to follow his man to the right side. Jump cut, making his way to the end zone, and he's going to be in. Ethan Pillar reaching for the goal line, breaks the plane, and puts up 6 for Pine-Richland.
That's just classic John Lennon football, as Vaughn Spencer would say if he was here. But that's just a great drive overall, holding Bethel Park to a nice 3-and-out, getting some good, decent field position, and then just marching down the field with your running backs, primarily Ethan Pillar, getting in for the score.
And on a 60-yard drive, starting at the 40-yard line, Ethan Pillar put up 40 of those yards.
Making it look easy.
As he usually does. Grant Ardro on for the extra point. This one is up and through, makes it 7-0 Pine-Richland with just under 7 minutes to go here in this first quarter. And this Bethel Park defense doesn't really seem to have an answer for this Pine-Richland rushing attack so far.
Not really. This Pine-Richland offensive line has been especially effective as well, because they've been able to make holes for Ethan Pillar to go through, because there's always so much that this one guy, Ethan Pillar, can do. And you kind of have to rely on your offensive line in order to make holes and get some effective plays, and I think they've been able to do that so far. And it's interesting because we haven't seen Cannon Huffman or Ubi Streeter yet. Usually they come in for a couple of plays, but we haven't seen them at all yet. They are in full pads and helmets and everything, but we just haven't seen them yet.
You got to assume with Coach Ladon already pulling out some of the tricks in his playbook, you got to assume that maybe Ubi Streeter can be used as the athlete that he is tonight, maybe to catch Bethel Park on their heels.
Certainly trying to mix it up, because sometimes, I think I remember on that Central Catholic game, Ethan was the one who was receiving those direct snaps, but Ubi Streeter was down as a receiver. He never got the ball, but he was always on the field. But we haven't seen that so far. Number 1 and number 11 have just been on the sideline so far, and I wonder if we'll see some of them tonight.
So once again, it's going to be Ryan Petrus back to return for Bethel Park. Grant Ardro to kick it away for Pine-Richland. And we'll see if Bethel Park can improve their offensive game here going into their second drive. Ardro taking his steps.
What the?
And it looks like something went on there. Not exactly sure what happened.
Not sure what happened there. I don't know if it was like a fake out there. Feels unintentional.
And Argero boots this one away, and as he usually does, puts it out of the back of the end zone, threatening the drum line right behind the goalpost.
Maybe he didn't like the kind of steps that he was taking. It looked like he was a little bit hesitant with those couple of steps. Those are very important when you're trying to get the kickoff. You got to get that momentum going so you can kick the ball those significant yardage down the field.
So once again, the Blackhawks will start at the 20-yard line. Ryan Petrus already the focal point of this offense. Pine-Richland hoping to hone in on him on this second drive.
They have primarily run the ball, though, which is interesting because of the fact that we've seen Pirates' defensive line, even with the four-man rush, has been effective at stopping it.
Petrus running behind a fullback, and he's stopped behind the line. Nice play by a group of the Pine-Richland tacklers.
And some laundry.
Late flag coming in after the tackle.
It looks like, is that Petrus like slow to get up there?
Yeah, Petrus lumbering a bit after the run.
I don't know what's going on with the microphone, but this has been an issue for the Rams these past couple games. They have been able to play well on defense, but these penalties have just been hurting them, both on offense and defense. They've had some issues with that, with various plays negating, or various flags negating big plays on offense, and then these defensive flops like that, because that was a gain. It looked like it was a loss on that one, but because of that, that's a gain of 15. Not especially a great way to start out your drive.
Once again, Bethel Park, it's going to be Pfeffer dropping back to throw. Over the middle of the field, picked off by Vasily Baloris. And Baloris bringing it up to the 45-yard line of Pine-Richland on the interception return. Baloris is right place, right time, able to take it away.
And that was an interesting throw choice by Pfeffer, because he was in double coverage there. And I don't know if Jack Bruckner, number 10 for the Blackhawks, kind of just, let's see, has some decent throwing mechanics, but it looks like it was just overthrown. I remember in the last throw that he did, it was a little bit under. And I think these Bethel Park players have not turned around in time. So if Jack Bruckner had turned around and reached up for that, he probably would have grabbed it, but he did not. And that was an easy interception there by Vasily Valoris.
So Pfeffer unable to dial in the deep ball so far, and it costs him there. As Ubi Strader is into the game at quarterback, it's going to be a quick screen out to Vasily Valoris. Valoris gets eaten up by the turf monster as he's going to stumble forward right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on first down.
And there we go, Ethan Pillar back in the ball game. I was wondering when we were going to see Ubi Streeter, as I said in the last end of the last drive from Pine-Richland, but Streeter's still under center. I don't know how much they'll utilize him this drive versus Ethan Pillar, especially because of the way that both of them work, Ubi and Cannon, because Cannon's more of a pocket passer, but Ubi's sort of like Kyler Murray in a sense.
Ubi's still in the game. It's going to be a stretch out to Ethan Pillar on the right side. Pillar making a couple men miss as he's wrapped up by a couple of Bethel Park defenders after the first down. So the chains will move. Pine-Richland inside Bethel Park territory, moving it up to the 42-yard line.
And I like the variety of these different plays. We've seen a couple of runs by Ethan Pillar. They've mostly been up the middle, but this one was to the outside of the lines, and there was some pretty decent breathing room for Ethan Pillar to run. And I'm not sure if we'll see much of Ubi Strader throwing tonight, but I wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. There we go.
And there we go. Ubi Strader over the middle of the field. Strader hitting Bryce O'Brien with the rock of an arm.
Looks like he's a little bit slow to get up there.
There's a flag on the play.
No. And it looks like it's coming back. This is what we've been talking about. These big gains for Pine-Richland have just been negated by any sort of penalty that you can get, unfortunately.
So Ubi Strader, after the nice throw, unfortunately has to move it back 10 yards. As Pine-Richland will start with the 1st and 20, backed up into their own territory, 48-yard line.
That was a better throw for Ubi Streeter than we've seen from him before. I know a couple times he's had a couple of sketchy passes that he's made, especially in that Central Catholic game where he threw that pick 6, but that was a lot better in terms of just overall throwing.
Mac Miller shoots down the left side as he's able to get back those 10 yards. As he's going to gain 11 on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 9. So not where Pine-Richland wants to be, especially after the deep ball from Ubi Strader, but not too bad of an outcome after the penalty.
Yeah, I especially think that they have the ability to make these penalties up. It's just not a situation that you especially want to be in.
Strader going to hand this one off on the counter. Mac Miller down the left side, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds. He's able to gain the 1st down yardage as he's inside the 30-yard line of Bethel Park. Call it the 29, where Pine-Richland will start with another 1st down.
That was another instance of one of the initial ball carriers waiting for a hole to develop in the offensive line, because we saw that with Ethan Pillar on the last drive. Then we saw it again here, which I like, because if you initially just run through the offensive line, then you might not have a hole and you might not be able to gain as much yardage as you do if you wait a couple seconds like they've been doing.
Sermonera in motion. It's going to be a counter once again. Ethan Pillar shoots through the gap, and he's inside the red zone of Bethel Park. They're going to mark him right at the 20, just short of the 1st down, so that'll bring up 2nd down and a couple feet.
After that first penalty, that moving them back 20 yards, they've just been marching down the field, been mixing it up a little bit with the different running backs being played, but they're basically doing the same play just with a different running back, but it's still been effective so far.
Sermonera once again lined up at tight end. Moving in motion, left to right. And it's going to be a handoff to Pillar. Nice blocking by the offensive line as Pillar tripped up. Looked like number 46, Jack Johnson, Caden Wetzel for Bethel Park on the tackle, but that's going to be enough for another Pine-Richland 1st down, as it's going to be a timeout called by Bethel Park, as we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsor, Supremos Pizzeria. Supremos Pizzeria has 2 locations, one in Evans City and a new location on Route 228 next to the Adams Township Fire Department. Supremos Pizzeria is hiring, and you can apply online at supremospizzeria.com. You can also order at the same address, supremospizzeria.com. Supremos Pizzeria, where taste reigns supreme.
I never thought you would be able to say it again, but here we are.
After senior night, I was hoping I would be able to.
Yeah, it's great to be able to be back for this game. The number 3 seed Pine-Richland against number 6 Bethel Park. Bethel Park being the one of the 2 wild card teams that made it in the 5A playoffs.
And Pine-Richland lucky to get a home game.
Yeah, especially.
Struggled early in the season, but were able to turn it around and pick up enough wins to be the home team here tonight.
As they were able to do last year, they started out 1-3, losing to Seneca Valley at home for homecoming, and then not losing after that, going undefeated all the way to the state championship game and winning it from there.
And Pine-Richland hoping to repeat that success this year, as they are on a hot streak. And they're looking to rumble their way through the WIPULs and into the states.
You just do have a couple of tricky teams ahead of you. It's not like last year. I don't think Pine-Richland was the 1 seed, but it's not like it's a smooth sailing as it was before.
As Ubi Strader back to pass again and tipped at the line, almost picked off by number 81. Looked like Nathan Teets with the deflection, as Strader did have Bryce O'Brien open in the end zone. Unable to connect, though, on 1st down, as that'll bring up 2nd and long.
That was a good selection there by Strader. I think he just kind of dumped it off really early. There wasn't really any pressure, but he just kind of threw it out really early, just pretty much right off the bat.
It's going to be Pillar taking the direct snap again, as Pillar lowers his shoulder and pushes forward for a nice gain of yardage. Pillar moving the ball up 7 yards, brings them inside the 10-yard line of Bethel Park, as that'll bring up 3rd and manageable. And that's one thing really on that last play too, that you have a little bit of a disadvantage with Ubi Strader only standing in at 5'9". That can happen where the ball gets tipped at the line or kind of punched up in the air by a linebacker.
Yeah. But you also have to think about that fact that Ubi Strader is only a freshman, so he still has some height to go that he might have. So maybe down the line, he might be taller quarterback. That might
Pillar
make
takes
it
the
easier.
snap. He's reaching for the end zone, and they're going to call him just short, but it is a new set of downs for Pine-Richland. So inside the 1-yard line, they'll start on 1st and goal, as Pillar was able to break the plane on his first touchdown, but unable to reach far enough to make it on that one.
I wonder if Pine-Richland will put in Cannon Huffman at all. He's 6'1", so I think you have a bit of a height advantage compared to Ubi Streeter, and I think he's a better passer.
Bethel Park stacking the box, but it doesn't matter. Ethan Pillar pushes his own man into the end zone and falls in with him, as that'll put Pine-Richland up 13 on the Bethel Park Blackhawks.
He's able to just push that pile, so whenever he is able to just get some momentum going, like a couple plays ago, he was just able to get moving forward, then get that momentum going, and for the touchdown.
So already early in this one, just under 2 minutes to go left in this first quarter. Pine-Richland already up 13-0. Grant Ardro trying to make it 14, and his extra point is up and good, and he will. 14-0 is your score. Pine-Richland already up on Bethel Park. Bethel Park's offense has not done too well so far in this one. They're looking to turn it around going into their third drive, but Pine-Richland firing on all cylinders here, able to take the 14-point lead.
It's especially testament to Pine-Richland's defense because they've been able to hold Bethel Park to almost 2 3-and-outs. If it wasn't for that penalty the last time, they would have probably held them to 2 3-and-outs, but they had a first down that last drive. But just to put in comparison, Bethel Park is only 4-6, so even though they were 3-2 in the conference, they do have a losing record, so that's something to keep in mind. And they got blown out by Central Catholic 68-28. Or actually, no, it was Peters Township. That's the #1 seed this year.
So Pine-Richland special teams unit back out. And we saw Ryan Petrus get up slowly on the last drive for Bethel Park, and it looks like he's going to be replaced as the returner. Jack Bruckner, who Pfeffer was looking to connect with deep down the field on the intercepted pass, is back to return for Bethel Park.
And that's a big loss for Bethel Park because as banged up as this offense looks for this team, it looks like Petrus was one of their main targets, both on the ground game and in passing. So I think you might see a decrease in productivity even more from this Bethel Park offense.
As Ardro is going to boot this one away, and once again out of the back of the end zone. Bethel Park will once again start at the 20-yard line. And that's one thing that really is, not looked at enough for Pine-Richland is their special teams unit. I mean, every drive just about is starting at the 20-yard line. Each team's got to drive 80 yards down the field on this Pine-Richland defense, which is not an easy task.
Field position is always an important thing. If you can hold them to as little field position as you can, it's always effective. You usually see some of these whippeal games, some of these kickoffs, they're just squib kicks. So you're starting at like the 45-yard line of your own side versus the 20.
So Ryan Petrus is in the game for Bethel Park as he's going to take a little swing pass, but it's going to be another shot deep down the field over the head of number 11, Jovian Smith. Vasily Baloris in tight coverage on that one.
And I think I can understand why Bethel Park's sort of resorting to this run-heavy offense, because these throws by Tanner Pfeffer have not been very accurate. The first throw that he did was a low, short, underthrown pass, but then the second two after those were overthrown. That first overthrown one being a pick, and then that one just a few yards over the heads of both those players.
Pfeffer takes the snap, toss out to the right side to Petrus. Petrus going to drop back to pass deep down the field, and Tanner Cunningham there to take it away, and Tanner Cunningham is dangerous on the return. Cunningham down the right side, making a man miss as cuts it back left, runs into his own man down to the 30-yard line. Tanner Cunningham with a huge takeaway. The second one of the night for Pine-Richland, and that'll bring up another Pine-Richland drive starting in Bethel Park territory.
You're trying to mix it up here. I don't think if you're Bethel Park, you're not that confident when you're putting it in the hands of Ryan Petrus to try to throw it. That one, like Pfeffer's couple of last throws, were overthrown into the hands of Tanner Cunningham. Great effort by him to be able to gain some more yards on the return, like he's been able to do for some kick returns in the past on special teams.
And I see Cannon Huffman checking into the game for Pine-Richland. We haven't seen him yet tonight.
Yep, just overthrow and breaking that first tackle. And then you got those 4 Pine-Richland defensive players there that basically be turned into offensive.